Hey, what's up everyone? Welcome back to the channel. My name's Jeff. Today we are reacting to Bad Villain with Hurricane. Now, you might remember this one. Back I think it's more like 3 weeks, maybe even a month ago, we did react to this. It was a performance video. And so it made us super excited for Bad Villain. The song was about a minute and I want to say like 40 seconds, give or take. And I felt like it was too short. A lot of us did. Then, about maybe 2 weeks ago, or maybe a week, I've lost track of time and my headlines, they announced that the full version was coming. And I had asked you guys in a poll if you wanted to see the reaction, whether that be yes, but only if it has a music video, or yes, regardless, or whatever. Well, it came out with no music video, and I was so behind, I didn't get to it. And in fact, I decided I wasn't going to get to it. However, after all the ups and downs here with this particular entry on the channel, they released a full version with a music video. So now we actually are going to react to it. And I believe it has English subtitles, which is even better. So, let's go check out Bad Villain with the full version of Hurricane.
Hey, yeah. 말보단 행동, jetpack을 메고 I take off. 내 팬의 애교쟁이 rappers, 잔챙이들을 쓸어버린 echo.
Crown taker, coming out the underground savior. 그들리가 너와 나의 정체성. 그처리 너를 긴 돌아버리겠어.
빙글빙글의 smile, waking up right. 뒤에서 날아가 아무나 wow. 머리 위를 밟아 stomping. 둔해지는 감각을 toping.
We go so hard, I swear.
You think I'm stupid? 눈에 불이 켰어, cell phone. 걔는 이미 졌어, cell phone. 기도 전에 trust on my bros. 덤비다가 다쳐 빨리 포기해 너네. My flag wave like ocean. My plans 전망이 sunshine. My backup 쟁이 녀석들은 못 올라와 우리 상상. I'm crazier than crazy one. You know that I'm different like alien. 무대는 나타나면 난리여서 적당히 나다운 게 내일이야.
Type you know the B is who you are. 닿기 전에 귀에 추월하지 like 버뜩이 내 머리 dynamite. Up and down 내 다리진이 drop.
I'm the screen, I'm the scene, I'm the screaming. 다른 느낌, 다른 느낌, I got a feeling. 내 주위는 쏟아져 every gain. 내 주위는 쏟아져 every gain.
They kind of changed the pitch and the echoing too. Like, this is new.
Step by step, when my whip to the next one.
Taking over the sound, taking over the world. 떨어져 봐봐 let's go. 바뀌는 너의 표정 아무리 눈은 너.
Nice.
부셔버려 front door. 아무 때나 엉터리로 만들어버리고 청소. 쓸려나가는 눈에는 dusty. My team go big, you tiny. We spinning and spinning on what? Know my location, we sliding.
Who's gonna make it stop, boy, try me. From the bottom to the top, drip lightning. Hop on the ride, attack go by the alley.
So filthy, man.
Yeah, nobody did it like we do before. We'll keep you coming back to ask for more. They wanna know how we've been running up the game for sure. On the screen, on the scene, all the screaming. 다른 느낌, 다른 느낌, I got a feeling. 내 주위는 쏟아져 every gain. 내 주위는 쏟아져 every gain.
Oh man, I had some slight issues with like I said, I think they pitched it down, or maybe I'm making that up. I don't want to like go back in the middle of this to listen to the original, so I'm gonna feel dumb if I go back and listen to the original and and it's the exact same. But still, I'm really glad that they put out the full video. This is such a ridiculously hard beat. Like, this was their very first thing that they put out in terms of, like, not this one, but the performance video version. And like I said then, like they went way harder than they needed to do, especially to announce themselves. And that's what this song is. It's an announcement of, you know, we're here. This is what we can do, what we're gonna do. We're gonna leave the game in wreckage and ruins. We're gonna go back. I'm gonna try and point out a couple of things. I'm obviously not a rapper. I don't pick up all the bars, and plus if I stop every 2 seconds to pick up everything, this is going to get to be a really long video. But I am going to try and pick out a few things, maybe even a lot of things if I ended up catching them. But really, really nice, and I can't believe that they didn't put this on Overstep, which is their debut like mini album or whatever. Missed opportunity. But whatever they put out next will hopefully have this on it. And I'm going to buy Overstep, but I will probably pre-order if they put this on the next album. Alright. So obviously we're going to get a mic drop here to begin with, which is interesting because you think of a mic drop being after you've said something. Like, you've delivered the verbal knockout. Boom, mic drop. They're dropping the mic before they've even said a word. Like, the confidence and swagger that this one image elicits at 000 is just insane. Remember, this was their first thing that they ever... So it's not even that this is before they've said a word on this track. This is before they've said a word to the world. Other than, like their individual teasers and stuff. Boom. Hey. Okay, I know I said I wasn't going to stop all the time, but that we both know that's a lie. Okay, so let's talk more action. Strap on the jetpack, I take off. Alright, so just being playful here, but we're gonna leap into action. Wannabe rappers flee, wiping out cringe with my echo. Okay, so wannabe rappers flee, we get that part, but the wiping out cringe with my echo is a pretty cool line, because it's like, think of echo being like, if you've ever been on a boat, think of it being like the wake of the boat, like the water that's being trailed behind, how it gets like sucked under the ship, and you got the waves behind the boat and everything. And it's almost like, because it's like the echo of the ship passing through the water, it's almost like they're wiping out all of these, like they say, cringe or even fake rappers, not even with their actual momentum and their actual talent, but just the impression that their talent left behind, like the wake. Yeah, that's pretty cool. Ain't no chance we the same. Like, she knows she got talent, and she's like, I'm on another level. There ain't no chance we're the same. Got you in our sights. We're going crazy like Hurricane. Obviously, we're bringing destruction to the rap game. Looking adorable. This line made me laugh. Eyes blazing like Sauron. So this is the Lord of the Rings reference. For those of you who are not as nerdy or nerd inclined as I am, there's the Eye of Sauron, which basically Sauron is like the villain, or at least one of them. Pretty sure he's the main villain, but whatever. And there's like a tower with the Eye of Sauron, so he can see all of these goings on. Anything the eye can see, he can see, and there's more to it than that, but I'm not going to go into it. But that Eye of Sauron is like a flaming ball of fire. Listen, I know that was stupid as soon as I said it. Whatever. It's a ball of fire up in a tower. Um, so eyes blazing like Sauron. Yeah. I don't think we need to go too much deeper into that, but I'm nerding out that there's a Lord of the Rings reference in this song. They already lost before the fight, which that goes back to the very opening scene with the mic drop. Like, they're declaring victory before they've said anything, and now this line, they, meaning anybody else, have already lost this fight before we even had a chance to fight. We're on such a different level, they can't even come close.
그날 이미 졌었어 보기도 전에 I could trust on my bros 덤비다가 다쳐 빨리 포기해 너네 My flag waving like ocean My plans jump
My flag waving like ocean. Okay, so they're repping their town, their country, their crew, whatever. And of course, we get the actual wave comparison, like the ocean, which plays into this hurricane theme. She said, "My bad, cowards can't board our ship." So, like, she's talking to all these potential people who might be listening. Like, yeah, you want to ride with us? You want to jump in? Oh, but hold up. This ain't for the faint of heart. Like, if you're a coward, you can't come with us. And also this this waving my flag, or my flag waving line, when we put it in context of the ship that we've talked about a couple of times already, including here, you could think of the flag as still like a country or whatever, but it also like being atop the main mast of a sail, a sailing ship, not necessarily like a cruise ship or whatever, but like think old pirate type of ships, how they'd have the big sails, and then also the flags. You might see like the skull and crossbones, or the Union Jack of England, or whatever. So yeah, we've got all of these boat images going on here too, and all the eyeballs around too. Hold on, what did that say? When I show, chaos follows, keeping it steady, that's how I roll. Okay, I see you. So, talking all the BS who you are is just their way of making this message fit into the line, but it's like, who are you trying to talk this shit? Right? Like, we don't know you. Like, y'all may not know us, but you're gonna, but nobody knows you. Before you touch down, overtaking your sound. So before you can even make an impact, we're already taking over, and we're the ones making the impact. Okay, I don't think this was the right name. Let me just double check before I say something stupid, because I'm pretty sure Open Hauser is not who they were going for here. Pretty sure they were going for Oppenheimer. Yeah, they weren't. So there is an Open Hauser. I don't normally look stuff up unless it's something that I'm like on the verge of. In this particular case, I'm only looking this up because I was like 98% sure that this wasn't what they meant. So Open Hauser is apparently a lecturing professor at Oxenford Academy, known for inventing a perpetual motion device. So they could have been talking about Open Hauser had they been talking about like their flow being unstoppable and that kind of thing, and that would have actually been a really niche reference. But what they're actually saying, or trying to say, is Oppenheimer. And Oppenheimer, of course, being the lead scientist on the Manhattan Project, which developed the atomic bomb, which plays into this. Quick with it, my mind's dynamite, brilliant. We're talking about Oppenheimer. That's my drop, like a bomb drop. And then we see like almost like this nuclear explosion behind her with this negative image.
I'm the screen, I'm the scene, I'm the screaming.
I love this part probably more than anything else. Love that echo. Round me, just wreckage. Oh, hold up. Actually, that was a cool transition. I didn't even notice because I don't know Korean. Round me, just wreckage. Hurricane. Round me, just wreckage. Hurricane. Okay, obviously, song title. We move into the next one. I don't know why I enjoy that. Just the fact that there's no need to call out the obvious that we're moving on to verse 2. But they do it anyway, and it's like handing off a baton from the girl singing the chorus to our verse 2 vocalist or rapper. That's another cool bar here. So, wakey wakey, alarms ringing. So they're, but bad villains on fire. Okay, so we got double meaning here. Wakey wakey, alarms ringing, as in setting, your morning alarm clock. But also, when something's on fire, especially if it's an out of control fire, you hear about these things called, 2-alarm, 3-alarm, 5-alarm fires, where multiple different fire department alarms are ringing and multiple departments are having to respond. So I like the wordplay in that one. Red carpet's a default where my feet touch. Like, you don't have to roll out the red carpet for me for a special event because anywhere I go, anytime I step on the scene, it's a special event. Taken over the soul, taken over the world. So again, we got double meaning here. Taken over the soul, and it's spelled soul as in South Korea. So they're going to take over their city, and then they're going to take over the world. But it's also double meaning, like I said, taking over the soul, like your soul, basically inhabiting you, getting you addicted to their sound, and then that's how they're going to conquer the music world. Hold up. No, before that. Crossing the line you drew. So, like, that person, the other artist, have, like, drawn this line, like, maybe it's a line in the sand, like, oh, you can't cross this, or, we're going to respond, or whatever. But that line can't hold them back. They're like, we crossed the line that you drew because we don't know any limits. We're going to keep going. I like this scene because we've been getting these references to obviously hurricanes and wreckage and spinning round and round, like she just mentioned. And then we have this car doing donuts here too, giving the same circular motion. Okay, let's see what this line says since we paused here. Hop on a ride, every place we hit, it's a riot like animals in the zoo. Wildin' out, winning is my only finale. Okay, I think that line's pretty self-explanatory. This one, though, I thought... Okay, I don't know if this is the reference. So, if it's something else, feel free to let me know. But Dorothy hanging from my coat's edge, send her off to Wonderland, I swing even stronger. Let's ignore the swing even stronger part because that's pretty obvious. But Dorothy hanging... I'm gonna laugh if this is legitimately the reference, but so I don't know if this is even true or not, or if it was just rumor because I never actually did research into it, but old movie. A lot of us grew up watching it if you're around my age. Wizard of Oz. Main character was named Dorothy. played by Judy Garland. But there was a rumor, possibly true, I don't know, where she committed suicide, and you could see her not like in the movie, but in like a behind the scenes type of thing where you could see her hanging. Again, I don't know if that's true, but it's a story I've heard multiple times. So even if it's not true, maybe they've heard the same story. So it's kind of like, and Wizard of Oz is kind of like a fairy tale. So Dorothy hanging in and of itself would be one meaning, and then from my coat's edge, like the phrase clinging to my coattails or whatever, basically you're trying to ride my success. Send her off to Wonderland, like Alice in Wonderland, another fairy tale. Yeah, that's bars, and if I'm wrong, then I'm not even sure I want to be right on that one. Gorgeous vocal there. They're great rappers, and I'm glad that they also, at least seemingly from this, have some pretty solid vocals too. Because a rap group is really cool, but a rap group alone is not going to dominate K-pop charts, and they may not even try to dominate charts. You hear the phrase "arts before charts." They might be that type of group, but they're too young for us to really know what their philosophy is right now. All we know right now for sure is that they've got skills, they've got visuals, vocals, rap ability, dance ability. They've got the total package. Can they put it together long term and have success, especially when they're under such a small label? I don't know. I hope so. I'm going to be there watching them. I will say, even in their limited discography, it's not a no skip already. What was it? Was it Baditude that I wasn't a big fan of? There was one song that we reacted to, and I liked it, but I didn't really like it that much. I guess I wouldn't say it's a skip, but it's definitely not my favorite. Let's put it that way. Alright guys, that's Bad Villain with the full version of Hurricane. So, curious to know what other bars you caught that I might have missed. Also curious to hear your take on the whole Dorothy thing, if you have a different interpretation, or if you actually know what it's talking about. But yeah, this one was fun. I'm glad they actually put this out. So, quick shout out to our Patreons, JY, and Mac. If you want to join the Patreon, there's free content and paid content over there. Paid content includes free requests every month. Well, not free, obviously, because you'd be subbed, but you get the point. Guaranteed request every month, and access to other stuff that can't be put here, like survival shows and concerts and whatever. Speaking of request, there's instructions in the description below on how to make a request, as well as the link to the spreadsheet if you want to see the request queue at any given time. And if you want to get bumped to the top of the list, but you don't want to subscribe to Patreon, you can also sponsor a request through the PayPal. But thanks for checking this one out, guys. I'll catch you for the next one. Take care, everybody.